Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or hello if you are new here. My name is Lucy and today I tested and reviewed the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. The look I created today with the palette and the new glitters and products is actually really extra. It's a halo eye with a glitter graphic liner, so if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look, then please keep watching. So I've already filled in my eyebrows quickly using the Morphe Micro Brow Pencils and also primed my eyelids using the P. Louise base, just because I know you guys have seen that a million times before, so I thought we'd just crack straight into the eyeshadow. So I'm so excited because the eyeshadow palette we're going to be using today is the brand new Sultry palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Have you ever seen a packaging more beautiful in your life? I don't think so. So this is the palette right here. I'm not sure how well you guys are going to be able to see the colours. I don't really know if it's picking up on camera the way it looks in person. But again, it's quite a neutral palette. Anastasia have a lot of different neutral palettes. However, this one is just calling my name for some reason. I do think it also has something to do with the glittery packaging, which is very different for Anastasia Beverly Hills. Normally they have velvet packaging. So this is the Sultry palette. It has 7 matte shades and 7 shimmer shades. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. It has got a grey and a black, which I find is very unusual for a palette. But it's also got a pink. So I don't really know what look I'm going to create with this, but something smoky with a pop of pink probably. Alongside the Sultry palette, they also brought out a range of glitters, which is something brand new to Anastasia Beverly Hills brand. They have never created glitters before. They've only come out with 8 shades to begin with, but I'm thinking I might incorporate these in the look as well. I'm thinking maybe glitter liner, but you guys would have seen the end result by now, but who knows what I'm going to go for. Enough chatting, let's get straight in to the palette. So I'm just starting out with the black shade in the palette named Noir, very original for a black shade of course, with my Anastasia Beverly Hills A14 brush. Anastasia actually have black shadows in some of their other palettes, and I'm always really super impressed by the way they perform. Their blacks are actually some of my favourite black eyeshadows to work with, just because they are super pigmented when they first go down on the eye, but they also blend out really nicely with other colours as well. So I'm really glad that this palette has a black in it. Now I have that black shade down, I'm going to go in with the grey shade which is next to it named Slate, and I'm just going to take that above the black. This is quite an unusual coloured eyeshadow, so I'm quite excited to see how it performs and what it looks like on the eye. Just to show you guys, there is quite a lot of kickback in the pan. I'm not really sure if that's even focusing or not, but the shadows from Anastasia tend to normally have quite a lot of kickback, but that grey shade in particular has a lot of like excess powder coming off of it, which is something to note if you guys are like phased by that. Something I'm immediately noticing about this shade, I don't think it's the formula of the shadow, I think it's just the colour wise. It's quite difficult to blend out. I guess maybe it has something to do with I've never really tried grey eyeshadow and I've never really seen how it performs, but it's quite a difficult colour to know to what extent to blend to, if that makes sense. Like I'm not really sure what it's going to blend out like in the finished product, if that makes sense. I'm just going to take a clean Morphe blending brush just to see if I can buff in those edges a little bit more, because I'm not really having the best of luck blending this shadow. Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you guys, I have been off camera for a good sort of 15-20 minutes trying to blend out that shade. and I've got to say I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't think that grey eyeshadow is my colour. I think I've discovered that it works better when you use it in a really small amount. So I ended up, whilst I was doing this eye, I ended up just literally barely tapping my brush into the shade and then really tapping it off, and I think that it blended a little bit easier that way, whereas on this eye I packed on more of the colour and then it was more difficult to blend out afterwards, if that makes any sense. But overall I think I've come to an okay point of it, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to be using that grey shadow very much in the future. So I think now I'm going to cut my crease into a halo shape. So I'm taking the P. Louise base in the shade 0 and my Zoeva 144 large concealer brush, and I'm just going to do that. Excuse the fact that I am the messiest swatcher in the entire world, but I just quickly want to show you how beautiful the shimmer shades in this palette are. Literally one swipe into the colours, and if I put that on my hand, they are so beautiful. Anastasia always kill it with the shimmer shadows. So obviously after cutting my crease, using a white concealer on top of black eyeshadow, obviously my cut crease has gone a bit grey, which is not really what we want, but we're going to work on top of it anyways. So now I'm just going to take the shade Pearl on a flat packing brush, and I'm just going to start by taking that right down the centre of that cut crease. Next to that silver pearl shade, I'm just going to take the shade Bloom, which is the pink shade in the palette, just because it's really calling my name, because anything bold amongst a neutral palette, obviously I'm going to have to use. So I'm going to take that and just take that right next to the silver. No, no, no. And I know that you hate it, and I hate it just as much. And then going back in with Noir just to deepen the inner and outer corners. Now, this could be the most ridiculous idea I've ever had, but I think I want to try a little bit of a glitter eyeliner with the new glitters that they've just brought out. So I think I'm going to start off just going in with the leftover P. Louise base, which I have on the back of my hand, on a slanted eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to start tracing out the shape of eyeliner just with that. Then just to trace around the shape of the eyeliner I just put down, I'm going to use the Melchior liquid eyeliner, and I'm just going to have a really steady hand and try and make as thin of a line as possible, just so it guides me a bit more when I come to putting the glitter on. In between the clear gap, I'm just going to lay down some of the Duo Clear adhesive, and then I'm going to put some of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pink Sapphire Loose Glitter on top of that. It's not what I've been used to, I confess. I wake up 3 times a night, and I know that you hate it, and I hate it just as much as you. But if you can... And then I'm just going to go back over the eyeliner just to make sure that it hasn't been lost amongst the glitter. So I've just popped on a pair of my bold face lashes. These are the style Super Boost, and now I'm just going to start by priming / moisturising my face using the Facelift Brightening Serum. My face has been super dry recently. I don't know if it's something to do with maybe the weather changing, going from hot to cold, but it's really been struggling, especially around my nose area. Now I'm going in with the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation in the shade Vanilla all over my skin. Now I'm taking the Anastasia Cream Stick Foundation in the shade Minx, and I'm just going to use that to cream contour. So I'm going to take it across my jawline, cheekbone and forehead. Then I'm just going to set that cream contour in place using the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. So to highlight, it's only appropriate to use one of the Anastasia glow kits. So I'm choosing my favourite one, which is Dream, and I'm going to take the shades Magic and Wish and just apply that to my cheekbones and wherever else I want to highlight. For my lower lash line, I'm going to start by just taking a black gel eyeliner in my waterline. Then I'm going to go in with Noir just underneath that to smoke it out. And finally Bloom to blend out the black. And to finish off with lips, I'm just going to line and fill in my lips using a nude lip liner. And then I'm going to go in with the new mini metallic lip gloss from Anastasia as well on top. This is the shade Pearl. So to sum up my thoughts on the new Anastasia Sultry palette, I think this is honestly a really beautiful palette. I know a lot of people have been complaining that it's really similar in shades to their other palettes, but I don't think that that's all a bad thing. I think that to have neutral tones and a pop of colour in a palette is really good, especially for people who are more easing into makeup. I think that there's a lot you can do with this palette, which may sound surprising because there is a lot of neutral tones. However, when I was beginning my eye look, I had a lot of different ideas running through my head, which is always a good sign when you look at a palette. I think that the matte shadows that I used on my eyes, besides the grey shade named Slate here, I think they blended really beautifully, and I'd be intrigued to use the brown shades next in another look. And also, of course, as always, they've smashed the shimmer shades. They are beautiful and they swatch and look beautiful on the eye. I know some people are going to be curious about the packaging. So obviously it's glittery, but it's not glittery to the extent that it falls off. Obviously, having it on my lap, it has shredded a little bit of glitter, but it's not like glitter as though it falls off when you touch it. It's quite finely milled and pressed on really nicely, so it's not just going to flake off all over the shop. So all in all, I actually really liked this palette, and I definitely will be using it again because I just generally really enjoy Anastasia palettes. Finally, with the new mini metallic lip glosses, I really liked this. Some people may look at it and think it's going to feel glittery and chunky on the lips, but I can't feel the glitter in it at all. Sometimes you can feel it, it's a bit scratchy when you use a glitter sort of lip gloss, but this one is not at all. I think they feel really nice on the lips and they look beautiful as well. So guys, this is the finished look using my brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. I really hope you guys enjoyed and liked the look I created. If you did enjoy this tutorial and you want to see more of me and more of my videos, then definitely make sure to subscribe to my channel below and also click the like button to let me know you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to follow me over on my Instagram. It's at Lsgmakeup. I'd really love to see you over there. But for now, I'm going to finish this video off. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!